Hey everybody, welcome back to Flint's Constitutional Speakeasy. My name is Brian. If you missed the first episode, I put a link down in the description. Check it out when you get a chance because it'll tell you a little bit about me, about this channel, and what I'm trying to accomplish here. Also in that video, I outlined what I think are the three main reasons why we can't seem to have constructive conversations about politics in our society. I also said that the next few videos, I'm going to be doing a deep dive into each one of those categories. So if you like this channel, please subscribe, hit like if you like the videos, and do all those other things that YouTube creators tell you to do. But in the meantime, let's get into that first episode. Identity politics is really interesting to me because I thought I had an idea of what it meant before I started this video, and then I did some research and realized that it's not exactly what I thought. According to my research, identity politics is political behavior based off of types of identity. I know that seems obvious, but bear with me. That means political behavior based off of race and ethnicity, and sexual orientation, and gender, religion, things like that. To me, I still feel like I'm right, that identity politics should concern political behavior based off of one's political identity. Democrat, Republican. People that vote the same party every single year right down the ballot. They don't bother to look at policies, they don't bother to look at the candidates, they just vote that way. Yale University did a study that found that 3.5% of the people would consider voting for another candidate if they found out that their own candidate had engaged in undemocratic behavior. That leaves 96.5% of us who will forgive undemocratic behavior and justify their behavior as long as it advances our party's agenda. And that means that our identities are linked to that agenda. So if I were to criticize a policy of your party, you may take that personally as if I'm criticizing your identity. And that means that your response to my criticism is going to look a lot different. And it's going to take you down the path of that long list of logical fallacies that have caused all of our internet arguments to just spiral out of control. But the question is who are you? Are you the 3.5% or are you the 96.5%? And only you can answer that. And answer it truthfully. It's easy to say, yeah, I will look at the policies of everybody and I'll vote accordingly. I just haven't found a policy from somebody on the other side that I agree with. It's easy to say that. But is it true? I'll share my voting behavior with you. I'm a constitutionalist. I've read the Constitution hundreds of times. I think it's the most important document that we have on this planet. And I even teach it in high school. I'm also a federalist, which means that I believe, like the Constitution lays out, that our government should be weak at the federal level and should be stronger at the state level. In fact, that's what the 10th Amendment says. It says anything not specifically written into the Constitution as a power of the federal government automatically defers to the state government. Now, over the last 150 years or so, we've thrown that away, and I'm not happy about it, but that's just the way it is. So with that in mind, I looked at candidates. In 1992, for president, I voted independent. And in 96, I voted Republican. In 2000, I voted Democrat. In 2004, I voted Republican. After that, I only voted Republican, and that's not because my views have shifted. Everything has shifted to the left. I'm right around moderate, but everything has shifted left, including the Republican Party. And so the Republican Party is the closest thing to my views that I can get to. So, who are you? And how do you look at politics and voting? Do you look at it through identity politics, or do you look at it through policies? Because if this Yale study is true, that means 96.5% of us are less likely to find similarities in our candidates. For instance, both Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden, along with Donald Trump, had classified materials in their houses. Donald Trump was indicted for it. Biden and Clinton were not. When I talk to my friends who are Democrats, they say, but Donald Trump obstructed justice. That's why he was indicted. And I'm like, no. Some of the indictments were because of obstruction of justice, but most of them were because he had those classified documents. Why weren't the other two presidential candidates indicted for the same thing? Now, I'm not here to argue that from a legal standpoint. I'm saying that my anecdotal evidence, my conversations with people have shown that they're willing to justify the behavior of Biden and Clinton and to vilify Trump's based off of how they reacted when the FBI came to investigate. So, if nobody can acknowledge fault in their own party and always acknowledges fault in the other party, then the conversations get nowhere. And I've seen this firsthand so many different times. I think that identity politics, in other words, that idea that your inner soul is attached to a political party and that anybody that attacks the policies of your political party is attacking you, is a giant barrier in all of us having a civil discussion and finding a middle ground in which we can make the best decisions for our society moving forward. Now, our song for this video is going to work both ways. If we can overcome political identity politics, as it were, and we can come to a consensus, then this song applies to us. If we can't, if we hold on for dear life to our political party and refuse to listen to people from the other political party, then this song applies too. Because whether or not we all come together, it is one love. Or if you stick to your political party, you only have one love. So please enjoy One Love by Bob Marley.
Together and feel alright. You're the fight is only on a Gideon.